Hello again, everyone. For the 116th time, the Bearcats and Redhawks faced off on the gridiron today. Cincinnati looking to take the victory bell for the 6th straight time. And it would be up to Zach Caleros and company to make that happen. In the second, Caleros is going to drop back and find Travis Kelce over the middle for a 30-yard catch and score, but a missed extra point would leave the Cats with just a 6-0 lead. Miami had the ball first and goal from the 1 and came away with nothing to start the second half, and UC made them pay with an 80-yard drive capped by that Isaiah Peed rushing score. And Peed wasn't done there. This time from 4 yards out, he cuts to the outside and dives just over the pylon right into our own Mark Slaughter. The defense was relentless for the Bearcats. They kept the Redhawks off the board for the first time in this rivalry since 1976. The Bearcats ring the victory bell for the 6th straight year as they pitch a shutout, 27-0.
They've done a great job, and I went in their room on Wednesday and I wrote it up on their board that they would dictate the outcome of this game. And, they're playing the way we expect them to play.
I've been around this rivalry for a long time, and for us as seniors to be able to put each year on that bell on the Cincinnati side, I mean, there's really nothing you can say about it. It's awesome.
Mark D'Antonio and company in Columbus to take on OSU, and it was Michigan State that got on the board first. Kirk Cousins on play action, rolls out to avoid the rush, and fires a bomb to the back of the end zone, finding B.J. Cunningham. A beautiful catch makes it 7-0 Michigan State. In the second, freshman quarterback Braxton Miller making his second start for the Buckeyes, and despite making the catch here, Devin Smith has it wrestled away from him on the way to the ground by Darquez Denard. Ohio State held scoreless in the first half. That led to changes in the second half. With 16 seconds left, Joe Bauserman in for Miller, and he finds Evan Spencer for the score, 10-7 Sparty. Last chance for the Buckeyes. On the ensuing kickoff, they go for the onside kick, but they wouldn't come up with the ball, and Michigan State can party like it's 1999 as they get their first win since then over the Buckeyes, 10-7. And before that game, the #1 team in all the land, LSU, welcomed the Wildcats into the Bayou. Unfortunately for Kentucky, it wasn't a warm welcome. Jarrett Lee connects with Odell Beckham for the first down on third, but Beckham smelled blood. He makes 5 defenders, yes, I said 5 defenders miss, weaving his way all the way into the end zone. Man, that is just wrong. 14-0 Tigers in the second, 35-0 in the fourth. When the Wildcats finally wake up, Morgan Newton connects with Matt Rorak on the corner fade. Too little, too late. LSU wins 35-0. And it was a full slate of baseball playoff games this afternoon. The Red Hot Cardinals taking on the Phillies. Yep, that team that won a Major League best 102 games, and a big reason why, this guy, Ryan Howard, with the Phillies down 3-1 in the 6th. Howard crushes a 3-run bomb, and 2 batters later, Raul Ibanez adds a 2-run shot. Rough day for Kyle Loesch and the Cardinals. They lose Game 1, 11-6. In the other National League matchup, Game 1 for the Diamondbacks and Brewers, Giovanni Gallardo on the bump for Milwaukee, and he needed very little run support today. He gets Justin Upton looking for one of his 9 strikeouts, and who else but Prince Fielder coming up big in a big spot for the Brew Crew, and that was a 2-run shot for Fielder. Brewers take Game 1, 4-1. Over in the American League, the Tigers and Yankees resumed Game 1 of their matchup that was rained out last night. New York wins 9-3. And then Texas, the Rangers and Rays moved 1 game closer to a resolution. Texas came back to win Game 2, 8-6. That series is tied at 1 game apiece. And last week, the Bengals suffered an excruciating 13-8 loss to the 49ers in a game that set offensive football back 50 years. But this week promises to be different with the Buffalo Bills in town. The Bills not only come in undefeated at 3-0, but boast an offense that has averaged just under 38 points a game. And the Bills can hurt you in multiple ways. Running back Fred Jackson leads the league in rushing yards with 303, and former Bengal Ryan Fitzpatrick has already thrown for 841 yards and 9 touchdowns to just 3 interceptions. Of course, the Bengals know all about what Fitzpatrick is capable of. It was he who engineered the second half comeback against the Bengals just last season in a 49-31 Bills victory.
It was disappointing, especially just how the game went on early, and defensively we gave up the lead, and just to realize what did happen and correct it, and obviously they did that a couple times already this year.
Being up 28 points, you would think that we had the games in our hands, and to come back, and I guess the score was 35-28. You know, it was a great job on their part for rallying back and beating us at home, you know, and that's something that we don't ever want to see happen ever again.
And from the gridiron to the rink, the Cyclones open up training camp today. They'll have a week to get things in order before the exhibition season opens at US Bank Arena. They'll face the Wheeling Nailers in that contest. And then the regular season play begins on November 5th against the Chicago Express. Sports Director John Popovich welcomes in the Cyclones tomorrow night on Sports of All Sorts. That's starting at 11:35. And that's going to do it for sports. We're back with more right after this.